Social practice theories are a particular way of exploring and understanding social change. They look at people's everyday actions and routines as performances that enact normal ways of behaving, and in doing so, contribute to reinforcing those norms. They focus on practices, things like showering, cleaning, cooking, and show how particular ways of doing contribute towards sustainability challenges. Practices are diverse. For example, the frequency and the timing of when we shower, or the way in which different people clean their homes differs substantially. And these differences relate to things like household structure, work routines, physical ability, gender. They also link to more mundane things like whether we own a pet and the style of our hair. Understanding how and why people perform their practices differently can help us to identify high-impact routines and therefore meaningful spaces for intervention. It can also help us to understand how people could be positively and negatively affected by interventions that we plan.
Because practices are affected by things that many of us have in common, like working hours, infrastructures, and cultural meanings, there are also commonalities in why, when, and how we perform practices that have important implications for sustainability. For example, we know that when the weather is warm and dry, people typically use more water outdoors and for practices involved in keeping themselves fresh and cool. Similarly, because many people leave the house at a similar time for work and school, these create daily and weekly patterns for water-related practices. There are other commonalities in practice, such as dress codes and cultural and religious practices. Something as inconspicuous as basic bathroom appliances, technologies, or infrastructures affects our options for how water-related practices are performed in the home. Practice theories help unpack patterns and conventions to consider what alternative ways of doing could become possible in the future. Many people and professionals are looking for ways to shift society in more sustainable directions. However, generating policies and interventions that address the complexity of everyday life is challenging. Social practice theories help to broaden analysis, deepen our understanding of everyday action, and to reframe what it means to manage demand.